Hello, YouTube watchers, it's your boy, Bobbledink here, and welcome back to Let's Play Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Today I'm joined by, I'll get one of these intros right one day, a very special guest.
Hello YouTube watchers, it's your other boy, Danta Fanta.
Hello, Danta Fanta. Okay, nice.
Hello, Bobbledink.
That went well, I think, yeah, they didn't notice any flaws in that speech.
There were no flaws. We all took it by surprise.
Exactly. Well, okay, into this misspelt level. We'll get onto that debate later.
What do you mean? It spelled perfectly fine.
Why'd you do that? Why would you do that?
I don't know what he was expecting.
At that point, you deserve to be spit in the face. I'm sorry. They're gonna cancel Bobbledink for this, but you deserve to be spit in the face for that one.
I'm already writing the hashtag on Twitter.
Exactly. You're actually sending the tweet now, aren't you?
I actually am.
If you do, that's gonna be overlaid on this video for sure. And
oh god damn it, now I have to.
Whilst I'm being cancelled, let's hear what this guy has to say.
Please excuse our mess,
Beaky
Spyro.
the Breeze
We are currently
Builder.
suffering from a land blubber infestation. First they put out the fires on our boilers, and now they've shut down our ship, too. If you could stoke up the fires under the boilers,
Interesting.
I'm sure you could make your way to the ship. The steam from the boilers will activate our highly advanced machines.
Well, on one hand, you're saying they're highly advanced, but on the other hand, you're relying on... That's not even steam power, that's smoke, isn't it? Like, smoke from the fire and the logs. I mean, maybe I'm overthinking this, but on the other hand, cool little ship.
I mean, you need to overthink everything in this game.
That is true, that is what this game is here for. And that's what I'm here for as a YouTuber.
Like, for example, the Breeze builders here, they are basically Hunter. Because
Exactly.
they sound exactly like him.
Do they?
Same voice actors.
If you could stoke up the fires...
You know what? I didn't even realise that. Oh my goodness. You have just rocked my world. Is that guy having a bath? I love that. Like, he's here to be, like, terrorise the place, but, you know, still cares about personal hygiene.
You know, even villains know what hygiene is.
Exactly. So what's my excuse, huh?
Exactly. What's my excuse?
Yeah. But yeah, I will never unhear that Hunter thing now. I think you've ruined Breeze Harbour for me, I'm not gonna lie.
Glad I could help.
Lovely. Also, what is that? Is that like what's the planet called? Jupiter?
Saturn, maybe?
Saturn. So I get those two mixed up. I don't know why. When I was a kid, I always thought Jupiter was the one with the ring around it. But also, what is that planet?
That is... I have no idea.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Get the sound off in the comments, guys. What is that planet? You know.
I think that planet could be the thumbnail.
I think you could be correct. You know what? We'll see if that works. If not... Oh, no. I did not want to do that. Okay. Controller's having a mind of its own.
My plan to get you to go back down to that first stage worked.
You literally, you're controlling me through cyberspace, right? Oh my goodness, will you stop? Sorry.
Fine, I'm sorry.
This is perfectly timed, actually. What are these, like little lights, or... Oh wait, no, those... Go on.
I always assumed they were lights.
They're either lights, or they're like little windows, and there's like a room down there somewhere. Maybe like an infirmary? Maybe it's a drain? Who knows? But actually, I mean, I guess I guess in some sense it's a source of light, so...
That is true.
Hooray for us, we're correct. We win. Don't know what we win.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Okay. We win gems.
Yay! And whatever comes out of this landlubber, he's clearly been eating... Dude, that's one of your own kind right there. What are you... Well, I don't know. Do those guys live underwater? Maybe
That is the real question.
Maybe he's drunk too much water. Also, I love that he has a fire safety hat, but he's meant to be the villain.
You know, he's a villain, but he doesn't want to see the world burn.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks a bit similar to a piece of gear that Mario was using in an LP that you started.
Rest in peace, that LP.
Exactly. To my understanding, that LP is never ever coming back.
Maybe one day, but some footage was lost, so...
Oh, that's a shame. On the other hand, they are helping the vegetation over there, though. Clearly their water's doing something.
Exactly. At least they're watering the plants.
Exactly, you know. This is like the first level where I'm sort of like struggling to work out, are these the good guys or the bad guys? Because these worlds are against each other, right? And, I mean, we're going to go to the other world later. But it's like, whose side am I meant to be on here?
I mean, Spyro just plays both sides in this war. You know, whatever he can do to get those talismans, am I right?
Yeah. I mean, my goodness, it's just all about Spyro, Spyro, Spyro with him. It's like, he's acting like life is a video game and that he's the main character, which is just ludicrous.
It's almost like he's the hero.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, sort of the white savior, you know, sent from another realm to help these simple folk. I don't know. You sure that's enough logs, dude? That's a pretty big generator.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry.
It's not like it's going to do something massive to change the level.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my goodness, wait, what?
So that's where they were keeping all the water.
I see. So we have to, Okay, I don't know how this works. So we flame the logs, it collects our smoke, our heat, it goes out there, and then it makes water?
Yes, do you not know that's how water's made?
You know what, I didn't, but I'll try it. Next time I go for a walk at the beach, I'll find a big old steam generator, light a couple of matches, with some dry logs, of course. And yeah.
Just be wary of the landlubbers.
Exactly. Exactly, 100%. You know what, Beaky did try to warn me and I just didn't listen. Maybe
that's your own fault.
Maybe he has an itch back there. Maybe that's what he's doing. You know, I can't blame you that I... Alright, don't laugh at me.
Shit, I thought my mic was on mute for that.
This is why I bring Danta, guys. He just heckles me, it's great.
That's our relationship. I just make fun of him all the
Those
time.
sand flubbers have littered these metal spike
gobble.
mines all over the harbor. If you can clear them out, I'll give you this orb I found in a clam yesterday.
I'll give you this orb I found in a clam yesterday. Oh my goodness. We've not gotten to Spyro 3 yet, but Hunter and Bianca, like, you know, this is sort of some weird, like, adult reimagining. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where he found the orb.
Yeah.
In Bianca's clan.
Difficulty rating is 4 out of 5 stars. Shoot down the floating mines. Well, you know what? That would have been good to hear over there where we saw the first two, but never mind. Hey, it's explorative.
I mean, at least they tell you at some point.
Yeah, that's true. It's more than I can say for a certain other game, to be fair. Which we'll also get to at some point. Nice.
Spyro Trilogy Marathon?
You know what? That's a shout. Oh, I missed him. Oh, I missed him. Yes! Got him in the end. Also, what on
How
earth?
violent.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing, right? There's no spirit particles coming out of them, so are these things really alive, or are they just like floating tech robots?
They're floating tech robots, and I will forever use that saying now.
You know what? You're welcome. I'll get it trademarked while I can.
Please do.
Also, these birds need me to light their logs, but they're acting as if they don't have a full heat source right here.
Why? What heat source do you mean?
Well, that's clearly nacho cheese.
Why is there so much lava in this one part of the level?
I have no idea, because there's like water over there, right? But then there's water nowhere else. Then you have like a boat with wings for some reason. And then a railway track. I mean, this is clearly like this is like a modern tech utopia that we're just, you know, our little brains cannot yet comprehend or understand. I wonder if you can glide to that chain in the middle. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I did not know about this.
So I think I've cracked the code. I think... So these guys are Breeze builders, and I think Breeze must be some sort of code word for drugs.
You know what? This game is also called Ripto's Rage. So maybe that's the underlying meaning of this game, you know.
That would make so much sense.
You know, I think we've just cracked it. I am curious what this building is, though. I mean, it does look like the sort of thing you would have had to have taken some of that to come up with.
Turns out it's just a massive balloon. That's why they've got it chained to the floor.
You know what, maybe that's a shout. I'll try and fire a cannon at it and see what happens.
It's a really strong balloon, okay?
They did a team rocket and like made the Meowth balloon, you know, out of steel. Even though that made no sense.
My headcanon is they still do that every single time.
Yeah.
It's just that Pikachu's Thunderbolts are just way too powerful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, electric is powerful against steel. You know, I do love that little windmill that's blowing them there. Is there one blowing them back? Oh no, there is not. I guess maybe the breeze is going this way naturally? Perhaps? Who knows? Or maybe I'm just overthinking it.
There's a giant magnet.
Yes.
I'm just making shit up.
Hey, I mean, what do you think I've been doing for 5-ish parts? Like,
that's fair enough then. I don't blame you then.
Nice. Oh wow, I've never gotten those first try. Also, I'm curious what this is. Hold on a sec. Ooh, another lava building. Although that's
the lava generator.
Because of course they need it. Yeah, maybe they sell this back to Nasty Nork. You know, Nasty Nork's sort of a war profiteer. He sells weapons to enemies and stuff. You know, has some dodgy business dealings with Ripto. And so maybe these guys are just his key trader. Or maybe they were like an offspring of Nasty Nork. And yet we're helping them?
Yes.
That makes no sense. Why would the game do that to us?
Because, well, it's not like we need to help just the heroes. We have to help the villains sometimes, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Go to Nasty's world, get his talisman.
Spyro.
Exactly.
Here's that orb, I promise. Sorry if it still has clam juice on it.
You know what, that's fine. I can wipe it off in the lava. The thing is, I noted with Connor last time that, you know, in Magma Cone, we're sort of like putting a rock in our mouth that's shooting out of the lava. So yeah. I kind of think Spyro can sort of withstand a bit of heat, if you know what I mean.
I think he probably can, yeah.
Yeah. If that's making any level of sense.
He can shoot literal fire out of his mouth, so I hope he can withstand heat.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, is his tongue flame-proof or something? I mean...
No, he just burns himself every time he breathes fire.
Like, how does Spyro date, you know? If he goes in
Very
for...
well.
You know, I bet things get hot.
Hey.
Hey. You didn't see it, but I did a little wink to the camera. Oh, well, you'll see it when it's out in the VOD.
I'll see it in the VOD.
Exactly.
Also, yes, I definitely did see it just now because I am definitely outside. I mean, no, I didn't see it. I'm definitely not outside your window.
Really?
Do a
Shoot.
little wave right now.
I just did a rare kind of opening of the curtains. So the people out in the VOD might actually... I might have just doxed myself, dude, because I've just shown the weather. There we go, guys. Danta's made me do the impossible. Oh my god. He's made me lose my sense of English. Oh my goodness. What are you doing to me,
Danta Fanta?
Danta Fanta. I dare you to make that your nickname.
Maybe.
Okay, guys, anyway, subscribe to Danta Fanta on YouTube. Ooh, 1998, 1 year after I was born.
Same.
Yeah, we were born in the same year, although I think you're a tad older than me.
I was November. What about you?
December, yeah.
Ah, so about a month older.
Yeah. We're both younger than Kiwi Dragon, though. That's the main thing. That dude, shout out to Kiwi Dragon. Oh, favourite, well, not quite. Nearly everyone's favourite year. 2020, obviously.
So many good things happened that year.
I know. Such as,
Such as I got to stay in my house for 3 months straight.
I got to watch 3 new series 3 different times, over and over again.
Thanks for getting our ship fired up, Spyro. Now we can proceed with our counterattack on Zephyr. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
Oh no, we're gonna have to clean up your mess there too. I wonder if that...
at least we got Hunter's Talisman.
That is true, that is true. Although... Where is Hunter? Did they kind of eat him, or...?
I think Hunter actually just put on a bird cosplay.
Is Hunter a furry?
Yes.
Wow. Where are all the furries in chat? Shout out to them. I would actually overlay an image, but I'm not sure if anyone really wants me to out them, so I'll put a picture of me holding a cuddly toy or something. I don't know. That'll be fun. Yeah. Anyone want to see that?
You gotta remember to overlay all these things you're saying you overlay now.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. When I edit these things, I watch back every minute. You know what? Just say that I'm going to overlay something. Go on, give me anything now.
Oh god. Okay. You are going to overlay a picture of Lord Pikachu.
Done and done. Shout out, big ups, by the way.
Shout out to Lord Pikachu.
Nice.
For being the Lord.
So we've had a Beaky, a Squawk, and a Gobble. I wonder who this guy is going to be. Also, why don't you have a mouth? That's interesting. Anyway.
How lucky for me that you came along. My machinery is broken, and the gears I need to repair it are scattered all over the tracks. Could you hop on that trolley up there and get them?
Wow, Crystal Fish is kind of... Yeah, his voice sounds different here.
Damn it, I was about to make the same joke.
Oh my goodness! Great minds think alike. You know what? Next joke, I'm gonna stay silent. That's all yours. Yeah, I approve. Okay, difficulty is 5 out of 5 stars. Woo. Collect 50 gears with the trolley. We're gonna have some trouble? Who knows? Should we have some trouble on purpose just so you can say the line? I feel you want that to happen.
I want it to happen.
Should we get like 49 and then have trouble with the trolley?
If you want to. Can you commit to that though?
Well, the real question is, audience, can you stand watching this challenge twice? Me neither.
Oh, I can.
Trouble with the trolley, eh? Well, just use the D-pad or analog stick to change lanes. Press the X button to jump, and press the circle button to fire the cannon.
You know, next time that's quoted, just memorize that whole text box. So when everyone's like, trouble with the trolley, eh? You just carry on and be like, well, just use the D-pad or analogs, you know. For those...
You've tempted me.
Well, the reason I'm saying this to you is because I feel like you'd run with that joke. And,
I would, yeah.
You know, only you and I would get it, and it would be funny to us, and everyone else would be like, what is he going on about? But no, we know this. I was just going to say oh, they've added something this time. Collect 50 gears, use controls to change lanes, jump, and shoot. Okay.
Are you mocking me?
Well, Andrew clearly doesn't trust us.
God damn it. It's an important question though. What are your thoughts on this challenge?
This challenge? Well, the thing is, when I was younger, I hated it, because the thing is, as an adult now, I feel I know the course. You know, like, I'm sort of waving and making hand gestures and stuff. But as a child, like, you know, turns were sharp, you didn't know the course as well, you had to react quickly to things like that. So, yeah. I guess to sort of shorten out what would be a long-winded answer, I've grown to like it, or I've grown to see the funny side of it, but as a kid, it definitely wasn't my favourite thing to keep coming back to. In fact, I think this challenge, along with a couple of others later in this home world, the reason why it took me quite a while to 100% this game, so... And that's on the original go, but... Oh.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And there you done it.
That was great work, Spyro. Now I can start fixing my machines. Here, I don't have room in my toolbox for this thing anymore.
Well, good, because yep, it's what we need, I think.
It kind of shows the comparison of things. Like, as a kid, you'd have trouble with it. Now, you don't even need to really pay attention. You can do it.
Like, literally, that whole explanation, yeah, basically got us to the finish line on that challenge, so...
Literally. Love the trumpets.
I really should have asked this earlier in the level, but do you have any thoughts on this level?
Oh, my thoughts on this level?
Yeah.
So Breeze Harbour is actually one of my favourite levels in this game, purely because I like the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
Also the memes, and everyone sounds like Hunter.
Yeah.
But on the opposite, in the Japanese version, I hate this level.
Really? What's wrong with it in the Japanese version?
So, you know how Spyro's slower in the Japanese version?
Yeah.
So the part where you're on this boat here and you're chasing the fish around, it takes so long because the fish's speed doesn't change.
Yeah.
But Spyro's does.
Right, so they didn't think to, like, alter the difficulty at all, you know?
Exactly.
If only there was, yeah, some kind of, like, other game in the series that they could have adapted that had some kind of automated tuning system that would have solved that, but oh well.
Man, if only.
Yeah. But
other than that, it's a great level.
Yeah. On another note, I really like this sort of nighttime skybox as well. I have like a real soft spot for the nighttime ones because I feel like a lot of levels give off a very daytime aesthetic. And I don't know, I just think it's visually a bit different, adds some variety and stuff like that.
You know, I've never really thought about it much, but now that you mention it, I do really like the nighttime levels more as well.
Yeah. I mean, this is sort of why, like, in Spyro Year of the Dragon, for example, I'm a massive Lost Fleet stan for that same reason, because it's just a bit of variety from the look of the rest of the game. Should I see what's round there at least once?
You might as well try.
Well, that didn't go to plan.
Ah, it was blank.
It's not going to let me go, is it? Oh, wait. No, okay. I have a feeling they're hiding something back there.
The answer is death. It's like when you actually manage to get there eventually, and like it's just Hunter standing there on a cliff, just like violently watching everything go down.
Oh, you know what? Wizard of Oz style. It's Hunter behind a curtain with a headset and a microphone, and then it's like, you know, oh, quick, he's coming. Hey, Spyro. And it's like, Hunter, what are you doing? I got bored.
I can imagine him saying exactly that as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got bored.
Yes. Well, on that cheery note, away we go. Okay, there we go. That's it. I tried to hit charge, didn't work.
You've got to appreciate that they've got the aiming circle there as well.
Yeah. It's little details like that that I'm like, you know, I really love about this game as well. Like, they sort of remember, oh, you know, because I remember when I played Spyro Year of the Dragon a lot as a kid, I wondered, like, oh, would other characters, like, have those graphics on screen or, like, controls? Trying to think of an example, really. And I can't quite... I guess when you saw Sheila step into Sheila's out portal, like, I really wanted to see Sheila flying through the portal. I mean...
It's interesting that you mentioned that, because have you ever played the Game Boy Advance games?
I've played Spyro 2 Season of Flame, so I know...
Yeah.
I know it happens there.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, because in Season of Flame, you can actually see, like, Sheila and Agent 9 just, like, kind of just gliding through the portals.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just, I don't know, it would have been like a cool detail to see how they made it work in the original trilogy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But oh well, on to Metro Speedway. Whee!
I was getting ready to say quiet then, based on the cutscene that was going to play, but then I remembered, oh yeah, there isn't a cutscene.
There isn't a cutscene. I'm just gonna jump to the gun, if that's a phrase, and say that I really like this level. Like, this Speedway is probably up there, along with Ocean Speedway actually, is like one of the ones that really stands out to me. You know, good use of level design and all that stuff.
Yeah. One thing I do really like about the Speedways in this game specifically is how it seems like they actually all have a story going on.
Yeah.
Rather than just, oh, Hunter's been abducted by aliens again.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of feels like each of these places has like a little culture and society and a history as well. Which again is like, I mean, I love that they have traffic wardens here telling me to slow down even though it's a speedway, but...
There's like one thing I also like that I've only just noticed is you see the birds in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
They're just bobbing their head.
Oh my goodness, I'm zooming in on that right now.
You can't see it, but I'm doing the same thing with their heads, just bobbing back and forth.
Yeah, if you could... Point. Nice. All in one. Literally, all in one. If you could send me like a video of yourself doing that, I'll stick it right here.
I will try to remember.
Please enjoy this next 10 seconds of Danta bobbing like a bird. And I'll do the same.
I have to.
You still doing it?
I am still doing it.
Nice. That jumper's graphic looks a bit concerning though, I'm not gonna lie.
You know, he's just dangling from the pigeon's butt. What are you talking about?
Maybe that's what they're saying stop to. Oh no, they're saying slow, but you know, like slow down, you know.
Go slower! His butt can't handle it!
You know. I know you got the laxative, but still, like, slow down, dude. Slow signs. Oh, it says slow signs right there. And arches, because it's a speedway. can't have a speedway without arches of some kind.
That is true.
And it's complete. Whoa, that timing was freaky. The way, like, I hit that thing and then it was like the music stopped was just wonderful. Now, I believe somewhere around here we have an NPC to speak to.
There is indeed.
His name is not Carlson. Oh my goodness, here it is.
Secret behind the waterfall.
We've been having a crime problem here at Metro Speedway, but I think you might be able to help. A band of cat burglars have been raiding my re-election funds by scaling the walls of the buildings. Would you be willing to help get rid of them?
That's Moneybags' voice, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's times like this you realise they didn't have many voice actors working on these games, did they? Because that is just Moneybags. Although
they had 5 voice actors.
I do like the little dance he's doing. Like, even his moustache is playing along.
I mean, if I had a moustache that big, I'd get it to dance.
Yeah. Also, how can he see anything or get anything done with that top hat covering his eyes all the time?
He gets everything done, but with great difficulty. Yeah. That's why he's got to ask you to do the job here.
What country is that flag from on his shirt as well? That's, I've never seen that one.
It's the Avalarian flag.
Avalarian? You know, based.
I just made that up. I don't know if it's true or not, but I hope it is.
I don't know. Well, you know what? We're going to make it a thing now. Welcome to the canon. Right. Will you go after the burglars? Yeah, sure.
Great. The hunter has been able to knock the scoundrels off of the buildings, but we need you to catch the loot before it lands in the canal and is lost. The hunter is waiting for you outside. Good luck.
Wait, you're saying this is a canal? Difficulty rating, 5 out of 5 stars. Catch loot before it lands.
It's interesting that he calls him the hunter.
Yeah. Wasn't this one of the theories you discussed with some friends once?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah, because didn't you say originally he was like Avalar's resident, you know, get stuff doneer? And then Spyro came along, so he wants to like help and train Spyro to be good and better.
But he also doesn't want to. It's like he's evil and lazy. Like, he's actively hindering you.
No! I did not.
He's actively hindering you while also
there.
making you do the job yourself.
It looks like...
Yeah. It looks like you missed one. No, I just hovered for no reason.
No, looks like you missed one.
Bro, it looks like you missed one.
Great. The hunter has been able to knock the scoundrels off of the buildings, but we need you to catch the loot before it lands in the canal.
Yeah, I know.
Like the loot before it lands.
You know, why? Did it ever occur to them to just, like, you know, arrest them instead of shoot them and have me catch the residue? Like...
Why would they do that?
I know, that's... makes too much sense, clearly. Also,
Gotta appreciate the parachutes in the bags.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna... yeah. Oh, no, sorry, I said you were gonna get the next one, so yeah. Explain your appreciation.
Yeah, it's just like they didn't have to put the parachutes on, but it's like they're throwing the bags away. But like, yeah, they still want them to be safe. They don't want them to go everywhere.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, how do we know they're not smuggling the gems by other means?
Ooh.
Well done.
Saucy.
You really taught those crooks a lesson.
Under his hat.
I mean, Moneybags in a suit, anyone? I heard he was the mayor of Metropolis. Maybe this is his younger brother, who knows?
I mean, they both sound exactly the same.
That is true. Can you have, is there such a thing as a vocal twin?
I feel like there probably is.
You know, because I've heard a few people say you sound like a certain YouTuber who, you know, I won't mention, but everyone knows who we're referring to. Also, Spyro, you were excited with that tail. Jeez. What's going on in your life? You thinking about fawns or something? Let's get that orb.
That's That's a fun fact though. That person that people say I sound like, I checked out one of their videos and I do not hear it.
Interesting.
I wonder if you have a vocal twin out there somewhere.
People have said I sound like a guy called Tooney Something Awful, who runs he runs one of the tournament servers we're part of as well. And we actually met him in real life. And we'll discuss that theory more after we enter Zephyr. Zephyr. So what came first? Ah, I see. Instead of how meta. Exactly. Right. I love that he's wearing a saucepan.
Okay, Spyro.
Colonel Blub.
We got us a bit of a situation here. The Breeze builders have got us pinned down, and we've been waiting for a volunteer to blow up their munitions building. Looks like you're it.
Oh, I just got here, but thanks.
Is this how you join the army?
To be fair, perfect metaphor for this game. All I wanted to do was go on vacation, but nope, we need you to solve all our problems. I don't want to solve all your problems. Hunter, you can have your status if you want. Wow.
No, it's your problem now.
I normally take at least one hit there. So what do you think of Zephyr?
Oh, Zephyr. Zephyr is another level I like, but I also don't like it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just looking at the main game, yeah, it's a great level. But if you're looking at side content, I don't like it that much.
Yeah, sure.
You'll know what I mean when we get to it.
Yes. There's a couple of... In fact, I think all of the challenges really are a bit like... Oh, do I have to do this? But...
Exactly.
But I did volunteer myself. Colonel Blub was right, you know. I can't back out now.
Exactly. But I also really like the whole... So obviously it's no secret that pretty much every level in this game comes in pairs.
Yeah.
And the story between this level and Breeze Harbour is like so much more in-depth than all the other levels ones. Because like we mentioned earlier, you're literally helping both sides in this war.
Yeah. And it really is a case of who came first, like chicken or the egg in that regard. Like, you know, who really started this conflict.
Dang cannon just ain't working for me. Do you think you can blast that bird, soldier? Jump up here and give it a try.
Who came first, the chicken or the egg? Or who came first, the breeze builder or the landlubber?
What are you doing, Mr. Bird? Oh, there we go.
You'll spin me right round, baby, right round.
Like a breeze builder, right round, run round. Also, that door wasn't there in the cutscene. What the hell? Who built that in that time? Do birds even have opposable thumbs?
I mean, they are breeze builders.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, okay. Okay, you won that round. Yep.
What do I win?
The knowledge that you made a good point, I guess.
I like that reward.
Nice. Oh, it also comes with a copy of Pokemon Ruby. Signed by Hayao Miyazaki, even though he was not involved in Pokemon whatsoever. But, yeah.
Hey, I got a signature.
Yeah. Hey, every signature belongs to someone.
Exactly.
I'll sign a copy of Spyro if you want, like...
Signed by the Bobbledink?
Exactly. And his evil twin, Rodri.
That's who you sound exactly like.
Yeah, maybe that's my vocal twin.
I knew it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, another skyline. I swear they have no idea what ceilings are in this universe. Or maybe that's what's lighting this room, actually, come to think of it. But then what's lighting this room?
The knowledge of there being a skylight in the next room.
Yeah, I'll take that. Thing is, the way these walls are set up with those arrows makes it look like, you know, you should solve some kind of puzzle and it opens up and reveals a secret room.
That would be an interesting one, actually, yeah.
Yeah. You know what, any modders out there, if you're talented enough to make that happen, please make it happen and give us more Zephyr, because, you know, everyone can't get enough of it. Oh, I'm so funny. Hence why
fell
Danta...
into pieces.
Sorry?
You fell into pieces.
Yeah, are those like caterpillars, or are they like maybe they're like connected by a piece of string and like beads? Who knows?
I like that theory. Beaterpillar.
Hashtag Beaterpillar justice. I also really like these buildings. They remind me of like a mixture between mud, because presumably land blubber, like it's in the name, I guess, land. And their architecture's actually pretty similar to the Breeze builders as well, so it makes me wonder if maybe, a bit like Idle Springs and Colossus, maybe, or even Skelos and Crystal Glacier, maybe these communities like lived together at one point, and that there was a break-off, which would explain why so many elements between these levels are similar.
Ooh, that's food for thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe all of these levels that like come in pairs and were once connected.
Exactly.
Or maybe we're just overanalyzing things.
Yeah, but what else would you do on a game that's umpteen years old? Not even umpty. More like
Humpty Dumpty?
sat on a wall.
Actually, there's a thought bit. So obviously it's no secret that Spyro takes inspiration from like fairy tale elements sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised they didn't do a Humpty Dumpty character.
That is true, because we do see Jack at one point, don't we? From, you know, Little Red Riding... Well, no, Jack and the Beanstalk. That's a little inside joke where my brother used to say that he thought the film Hoodwinked, which is clearly about Little Red Riding Hood. Like, he used to say, oh, I thought it was based on Jack and the Beanstalk.
Why? What part makes you think Jack and the Beanstalk?
Well, I mean, I guess the bit that he's sort of right about is that it took inspiration from lots of fairy tales, but that the primary character was based on Little Red Riding Hood.
Okay, yeah, I can get that. To be fair, that film was surprisingly good for what it was.
I know.
And then the animation is aged terribly.
Oh, well, it wasn't great when it first started either, but like I was 8 years old. What was I gonna think, you know? Like, right, come on then, hit me.
Aged like rotten milk.
Exactly. But you know what? They somehow made a sequel, and despite its lousy animation, they somehow made it even worse.
Oh yeah, that was Hansel and Gretel, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you know the thing is, I know this is a bit off topic, guys, so I apologise for people out in the VOD. Essentially, well, let's let this blow up first. Yeah, essentially, it was advertised in Burger King when I was 11, and I was like, oh, super excited. And then for some reason, it never came to the UK, and I was very distraught. And then I watched it illegally online, and I was like, oh, that's
wow!
right.
What an explosion!
Corporal
sure
Glug.
It's a good thing I had my helmet on. Oh yeah, the colonel wanted me to give this talisman to you if you got through the Breeze Builder defenses. Good job, soldier.
Do they all just share a name or something? Are they all just Glug?
Imagine like looking at your child after it's born and deciding to name them after the sound you make when you drink water.
To be fair, the way those guys were drinking, you know, they would be fun down at the pub, I assure you. You know.
Now I'm just imagining, so you got the fire, you got the guys dressed in fire gear in Breeze Harbour.
Yeah.
They would just like shoot this hose into their mouth.
Yeah.
That, except it's attached to a beer keg.
Yeah, you know what? That would be one heck of a costume party, if anyone wants to do that. And you know, I actually want to... Well, you know, I'm down. I actually want to do a video series called Spyro in Real Life, where he's all like washed up and drunk and was like, people used to play my games, people used to care who I am. And then he just gets really drunk one day, goes into a CEX and starts hurling foul language at a box with Crash Bandicoot on the cover, being like, no one cares what you are, you orange little... Anyway.
My name is Little Bo Peep, and I have lost my cowleks. With these battles going on all the time, they keep running away. Can you help me get them back into my pen?
That's the first unique name we've seen, Bo Peep.
Speaking of fairy tale references.
Yeah. That's funny, we were just talking about it and here it is. Difficulty is 3 out of 5 stars. Get 5 cowleks into the pen. Oh, they're cowleks, not cowlicks, like I used to think. I mean,
They are.
When I say used to think, I mean literally before we did this part. I was still calling them cowleks. So
Little Bo Peep has lost her cowleks and doesn't know where to find them.
That's gonna be the outro to this video now. We're gonna like produce the song, have a big musical number. Danta Fanta's gonna floss for us. It's gonna be lit.
I've got to record 2 videos.
Trick ya. Yeah, well, it has to happen now. I've said it.
Oh great, guess now I'm flossing.
Yeah. Thing is, you put this rule in place. You wrote your own poison, dude.
It's true. Well, that's my bad.
Yeah. Also, I'm impressed that these cowleks, sorry, got this far. That's going to be hard to say now after years of calling them cowleks. I'm not going to lie.
You just start calling them that cowless.
Cowless. That got deep. And nihilistic. Okay, here we go. Right, now I think what I need to do... I say I think, I'm pretending I've never played this before. I think... Yep, they go up there like that. The thing is, they don't like being shot in the arse, but... You know, they chose to come down here, so it's their punishment. It's their penance for...
That's a very strange way of looking at it.
Exactly.
You know, if you didn't want to be shot in the arse, you shouldn't have jumped down there.
Exactly. Imagine saying that to a child who's misbehaved.
Well, little Timmy, I know you don't like it, but you knew what you were getting into when you jumped down there, so... Right, bend over, I'm getting the gun.
I think we've just drastically changed the, ending to Lassie.
What have we done?
Seriously, these guys could climb, but I couldn't. What the actual... Anyway. Trying to not swear and be good, but, honestly, these cowleks are so annoying me. Well, actually, this one isn't too bad. If it would get in the pen. If you'd get in the pen! There we go.
Thanks, Spyro. Here's a little something, you know, for the effort.
Aww.
And there's the orb.
Is that chewing tobacco?
There are 2 more
right of his
cowleks out
mouth?
there somewhere, but I haven't seen them in days.
Oh, difficulty rating 3 out of 5 stars. Interesting.
Now it's time for the fastest orb in the game.
Exactly. Shout out to our good friend, gentle Toradonna Oathsworn.
So it's interesting that you mentioned the whole cowleks being able to climb thing, because Bo Peep mentioned how those ones were the next 2 are lost.
Yeah.
And I feel like those ones behind the ladders were supposed to be the lost ones.
Really?
Because it implies that, like, obviously you can still complete this challenge without knowing climb, but you can't complete the second part of the challenge without knowing climb. So I think that's kind of the idea, that you're not supposed to know about the ones behind the climb ladder.
Oh, so I might have just done it out of order, as unintended.
But then again, if you already have climb, of course you're going to do it out of order.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
What light from your
Private
window
Romeo.
breaks? That window up there, dummy. The professor said he was working on a way to help me get back with Juliet, but I haven't seen him in a long time.
Find the professor. Cool. Well, I don't think he's up there somehow.
It's not the professor.
Yeah. Rip-off. Total rip-off. Not impressed, game. Not impressed. Right, let's see. Oh, there's a cowlek. Let's just get these gems as we come to find you. These are long levels, aren't they? This one in particular.
They are surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah. You sort of think... I think this is something that surprised me with this LP in comparison to the last one, actually. Is the last one, it felt like I could jolt through a level in about 15 minutes. Here they can take anything from 15 to 30. Like, it's, you know...
So, on that note, though, actually, I think the main reason for that is because, obviously, you have to do mini-games and other challenges now to get orbs.
Yeah.
While the first game, you just had to go around the corner and, oh, there's a dragon.
Yeah. There's a dragon, there's some gems, there's the ledge, there's the portal.
Exactly.
No skill points, though, because, you know, they weren't about that back then.
Unless you're reignited.
Yeah. But we'll get to that game some other time. I'm sure there'll be lots of fun to be had there as well.
It's like, I'll mention it again later, but like, can I just say that Reignite completely ruined this level specifically for one reason?
Really?
Yeah, I'll get into it once we see it. But
yeah.
Like, you know. And yes, it's a very petty reason.
Well, I have a sneaky suspicion what it might be. Well, there's the professor. What do you want to do first, Danta? Do you want to speak to the professor or get the cowlek home?
I always say we should speak to the professor since we're here.
Yeah, might as well. Let's see what the haps are.
Spyro, my boy,
hey,
I've got a magic bean, seed, for you in here somewhere. Here it is. Why don't you plant it in the ground and see what grows?
Sure.
Aiming the seed by holding down the triangle button will make this easier. Oh, and if you ever need your seed back, just flame the plant, and it will turn back into a seed again.
What kind of horticulture is that? Okay.
So, here's my headcanon.
Right.
So, obviously, you know when Jack went to sell his cow?
Yes. Yeah.
And then, you know, he got magic beans.
Right.
I think the professor was the one that gave him the magic beans.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Because it's like an old, like, creepy figure. And I feel the professor fits that perfectly.
Just imagine that, though. You're going out to sell your cow, and then, just the professor shows up, like, hello, my boy, would you like some magic beans?
Hello, my boy. Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, because here he's like magic beans up seeds, so he doesn't want us to know that he's that same guy. So maybe that guy is very well known about in this universe, and maybe a bit of a suspect? Did we just discover that the professor has a criminal past?
I think we just did, yeah.
You know what? Dr. Van Helsing vibes, or, you know, Dr. Everett Von Scott?
Hunter's evil, the professor's a criminal.
Oh my goodness.
I think we need to leave this place.
Yeah, like, what have we signed ourselves up for? At least we know the dragons we're rescuing in the last game. Here it's just, oh my goodness. I mean, maybe that's why Hunter finds Bianca attractive. He's just attracted to evil.
In that case, wouldn't he be more attracted to the sorceress?
Age difference. Yeah, that's it, you know.
Is that a point?
Men like... I mean, I can only assume Bianca's a younger woman, so, you know. Like, yeah.
Then why isn't Hunter attracted to Ripto?
Reminds him too much of himself, maybe?
That's a valid point as well.
Yeah. Oh my, I'm just, yeah. I'm making this stuff up, but you know, I'm on fire with this.
This is when Hunter comes to silence us both.
Yeah. Actually, I think you'll find I'm more attracted to Spike. Okay, that's simple enough. So I feel we're at the reason, maybe? Or maybe not, who knows?
Well, we're getting close to the reason.
Okay. I am curious now, because I thought we were at it.
Okay, what did you think the reason was?
I assumed it was something to do with the lack of a double jump feature.
Oh, no, it is not.
Okay.
No, the reason is more this level specific.
I see.
And it is a very petty reason. But I stand by it.
Oh my goodness, I think I've just worked it out. But you know what? Now that I've worked it out, I'm gonna... I'll wait till we get to it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry guys, we're just teasing you here. Oh, wait. Whoa, dude, weren't you just... down there?
He used his magic beans.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Headcanon
Well done,
confirmed.
my boy! Here are 2 more seeds to get you the rest of the way. Oh, and take this with you if you don't mind. It's been cluttering up my pockets.
Wait, don't you need those?
Yeah, but he's been clearing up his pockets.
Oh, that's true. So they can clutter up my pockets instead. Also, I still don't know where these gems and orbs are going. Oh, actually...
Do you have pockets?
Thing is, Spyro is a bit thick there, so maybe that's like the gems and orbs sort of like widening his hip, perhaps?
Spyro got a thick ass.
Exactly. Now we're gonna have to overlay something. I don't know what, but something.
Thick ass.
Oh, we're so mature. This is a very child-friendly game. Whoa, did I just...
Oh. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know either.
Double jump to do that.
Well, you know what? If we ever do a race in this game, I'm using that.
I'd just double jump.
Okay, here we go. Hello, Juliet.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Oh, there's Romeo. You can have this. I don't need it anymore.
Yes,
Why?
The reason is the voice.
I'm just thinking, why did you need it in the first place? But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so in Reignited, they changed Juliet's voice to be like an actual female voice, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like the meme of Juliet just being like, Romeo, where are thou, Romeo?
It's like they somehow found a way to make her a cross-dresser, even though, like, she's not even human. That's hilarious to me. And then I think all we have left is a couple of cowleks, and then a mystery jar, and then I think we are done. And I believe this will be the first ever part of any Let's Play I've done to surpass an hour, so I'm glad you were here to share this momentous occasion with me.
No worries, I'm glad I can be here. So you reunited a happy couple, you reunited Little Bo Peep with her lost cowleks. And you're such a saint, and you helped both sides of a war.
Exactly.
But imagine doing that in real life, though.
Yeah. Moneybags and Nasty Nork may be war profiteers, but I'm a war criminal, baby. I shouldn't really be saying that like I'm proud of it, but...
Sorry, Mr. President, I can't help you today. I've got plans with Russia.
Let's hope Tony Blair isn't watching. That got political. Sorry, chat. Sorry, chat. Okay, here we go.
Oh, so it's all in the game.
I am impressed. You got all 7 cowleks for me. Here's a fair reward.
Here's a fair reward. There we go. That's what we like. Fair trade.
What if I had an unfair reward?
You mean like getting to play, well, a certain other game in this franchise?
Yes.
That's right.
Like Spyro 1, am I right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, why is Laura outside your window?
Shit, I told you to get away.
Yeah, guys, if Danta dies after this part, I love Spyro 1. I was not responsible for what he said.
Disclaimer, Spyro 1 is a good game.
Yeah. Mind you, not the best game. Maybe subpar in comparison to, but yeah, okay.
I see you left that one enemy alive.
Yeah. You know, I felt like being generous. He's just lost all his friends in combat. I feel like the real punishment for him would be living with the consequences of his actions as a result of the war.
Honestly, that's fair.
Yeah. See, we are justifying all sorts of heinous acts today, and I love it. Right
Are
here
we
on
bad
YouTube.
People?
Probably. There we go. Do you still do that after everyone as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're so cool. 24, single, and ready to do the trumpet sound. Yeah. Question is, do we run all the way to the portal? Do we cut to the portal? Some crazy edit like, you know, like the logo of the fire helmet, or...
You gotta run to the portal, am I right?
Exactly. Do we speed it up, or do we do it just normal style?
Just doing normal style.
Exactly.
Also, I have to know, is your copy one of the games with the infamous Zephyr enemy glitch?
The Zephyr enemy glitch.
When you've got too many enemy particles. It is not.
Oh.
Sometimes it will show 30 out of 29.
Interesting. I thought for a second it was because, but then I remembered, oh no, I did kill that enemy in the end. So I actually ruined my own logic. Oh well.
Who needs logic?
Exactly. It is Spyro after all. Right. Home we go. Well, not quite. Should we take two that?
Yeah, take two.
Oh, he doesn't even want to talk to us. That was so embarrassing. Okay. Home we go. How did that not kill him?
Why do both of these levels end with the enemies getting shot with cannons?
Because maybe it's like a lesson about how we're really not all so different after all. You know, win or
That's
lose, good guys or bad guys, everyone who participates in war is an arsehole. Pacifist right here. No offense if you're in, or maybe full offense if you're in the war, who knows. Right, let's climb this broken ladder. Thank you very much for watching, YouTube watchers. In the next part, we will explore Scorch. Well, I say we, I will. Danta will now disappear back into the void.
It's so dark in there.
Yeah, in Fracture Hills. You know, you're going to take on the form of an Earthshaper. So yeah, we're going to look at Scorch, Fracture Hills, and Magma Cone.
Love those levels.
Yeah. Too bad you won't be here anymore. Rip.
Oh, it is so dark.
Is there anything you want to say from the great dark beyond?
Well, if you want to check out my content, I'm over on YouTube as just Danta.
No Fanta?
No Fanta, I'm just Danta. I will be the guy in the comments who says Bobbledink is overrated.
Nice one. So if for some reason you can't, like, the link in my description's broken, or maybe it mysteriously vanishes, Or maybe Lord Pikachu takes on my form and hijacks the description, because that can happen. He'll be in the comments.
Exactly, yeah. I'm hoping to do similar content to Rodri soon. I used to, but I kind of took a break, and now I'm just going to start over.
Yes. And one day, in like maybe 20, 30, 40, 70 years' time, we will get the conclusion to that LP of Super Mario Sunshine.
I'd wait a bit longer than that if I were you.
Okay, 72.5 years. There we go.
There we go.
Nice one. Until next time, Bobbledink out.
Goodbye.